Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all my beautiful friends from all across the vast reaches of the internet. I hope each and every single one of you is doing absolutely fantastic on this fine Tuesday morning whenever you happen to be listening to this podcast episode, whether that be morning, evening, or into the night. Welcome back to the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/Ask Reddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Now, before we get into the show, remember, if you're listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating and also leave us a review. It helps with the show so much. If you go ahead and do that, that would be greatly appreciated. Remember, you can leave a comment on this week's episode by going to the description of the episode in Spotify and scrolling down, and there's a comment section for you to leave a comment. I'll read those comments out loud on the next week's following episode. We also do a Would You Rather, so in and around that section in the description, you should also see a option for you to leave an answer for a Would You Rather. So, I guess without further ado, why don't we read off the results of the Would You Rather last week. The Would You Rather was, if you were in a fight, you could choose to have either 10 times speed or 10 times recovery, but your opponent gets what you don't choose. We had a swing for 10 times recovery speed. That's interesting. Or 10 times recovery, like you recover 10 times faster, I suppose. Which is interesting. I guess we're playing the long game. We're playing the long game on this one. We're ready to strike back. We're not ready to make the first strike, but we're ready to strike back, which I like. I feel like that's the ultimate defensive move. You know what I mean? We got some pacifists here, which I appreciate. You know, none of us we're not on the aggressive end. We're not striking first. We're more floating like butterflies than stinging like bees, which I do appreciate. Last week's episode, why don't we get into the comments? Last week's episode was, what is the weirdest fact you know? We did have a comment from our subreddit, which is Reddit Asks Us, r/Reddit Asks Us on Reddit. You can go ahead and join that one too. There's a new mega thread posted every single week. Hey, I just wanted to say, Fabulous Network 7379 says, hey, Luke, I just wanted to say first off, when I said my ears, that was completely a joke. Yeah, that was because I've recorded a couple episodes with absolutely shite audio, so I apologize for that. Last week it should not have been that way, but I literally did not realize that I was using my recording software, and in my settings, I hadn't switched it over to my audio interface, which has my microphone plugged into it, and it was recording just straight out of my MacBook speakers, and that was definitely on me, so I apologize. And then like maybe a week or 2 weeks before, I was in Nova Scotia and had to record over my headphones, which again was a huge mistake, so sorry for that one, folks. Alrighty then. So don't worry, man. I deserve it. This is a podcast, okay? It's not a competition to see who can turn off their headphones the quickest. It's not a nail scratching on a chalkboard competition. You don't need to say sorry for that. I can't believe I just read that afterwards. I just said sorry for that. But I do. Also, I forgot to comment last week, but something that is surprisingly illegal is having spent shotgun shells in my car while it's in my high school parking lot. I trap shoot for my school. Like, what am I gonna do? Throw a piece of plastic at a kid? Any love the show? Any love the show? Go wild. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I appreciate your comment. Your school has trap shooting. That's cool. That's cool. That's interesting. I've never heard of a school that has firearm sports before. So that's something that I grew up doing a lot with my dad and my grandpa. So that's always a really fun time. You know what? I can't say I'm super surprised, though, that you're not allowed to have even spent shells in your car. Because, if history tells us anything about, guns being close to schools, it's not a great track record. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go super deep into that, but I think everybody can more or less reason there's not a super great track record there. So I'm really surprised this is something you are allowed to do at school in general. But trap shooting is a good time. It's fun. I definitely enjoy it, but can't say I fully get the school aspect of it. But I'm glad you're having a good time, and being responsible. That's the most important thing, is make sure you're being responsible and practicing being as safe as you possibly can. That is of the utmost importance. Let's go to our comments. Yeah. So last week's episode, was what is the weirdest fact you know? DM comes in with the first one, swinging. Sometime in the 1870s, I think, there was a day in Kentucky where chunks of meat just casually rained from the sky. It's called the Kentucky Meat Shower. Many theories exist about it, but I don't remember a lot about it. I'd say I know a lot of facts, but I try to choose a more lighthearted one. Although it's quite disturbing if you think about it, but at least it's confirmed to not have been human, so there's that. Did they confirm that? Like, how would they know? Like, could they... It's just the one guy pulls up and he's like, yeah, this is definitely not human. Oh, yeah, no, trust me, I know my human meat. Oh, and this is not even close. No, not even close to as tender and juicy and, buttery as human meat. What are we talking about again? The meat shower. Yeah, no, it's that shit pork. Yeah, it's terrible quality pork. Yeah, awful stuff. Would never have it. Oh, yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame that we didn't get some actually high quality meat raining from the sky. How would people know? Like, did they have ways of testing that back in the 1870s? Isn't that when they were prescribing cocaine to people with headaches? It's like a mother just gives birth to her child. Here's, an 8-ball of coke. Go and have fun. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, you're in pain. Here's heroin. Let me inject it into your veins. And, we'll give you a coke-infused heroin. That should be fun for you. What is it? What are those called again? Oh, man. What is it when you, combine... Why am I talking about this on the start of the podcast? When you combine... I can't believe this is going to be my Google search. What is it called when you combine coke and heroin? It is called a speedball. That is insane. Oh, yeah. Damn, bro. They were giving out they were handing out speedballs by the dozen back then. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a little bit depressed, doc. It's like, well, have a dozen speedballs and tell me how you feel after that. And then DM replies and says, Disclosure Day, I'm really excited for. I don't know if this is like a response to something or just to continue your comment, but Disclosure Day, I'm actually really excited for. I watched 2 of his movies very recently, and they were amazing. I actually regret deeply ignoring when a movie is hyped up. I ignored a movie for 2 years, and now it's my favorite movie, and it was a semi-life-changing experience. I don't know if you're replying to somebody else, or there's 6 comments on here. Oh no, that's just in general. Wait, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, totally cool. Let me... Let me know how Disclosure Day was. There's been a lot of movies. Everyone's talking about Obsession, saying it's a really good movie. Someone told me that they puked during it, so I'm a little bit... don't really want to watch that. But if it's, gross. But I heard there's a lot of good movies out right now. And yeah, you really can't pay attention to the hype. When the second Avatar movie came out, and it was super, super hype, like The Way of Water, I went to watch it with my dad over Christmas, and it was freaking awesome. It was a great movie. And the recent one wasn't amazing, but I do remember it fondly. It was good. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. It added something new to the story. It was a little bit dragged on a little bit, but I thought it was fine. And I feel like you could definitely notice a difference in the animation quality. But still, great. Good movie. Nothing wrong with liking a hyped up movie. I mean, that's kind of what they're supposed to do. Right? They're supposed to hype it up. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses. You don't really know. Next one comes from Phil Savannah. What's going on, Phil? Savannah facts. In the 1800s, already buried dead bodies were stolen from cemeteries and sold to medical schools. Bro, that's crazy. Because of cotton, Savannah was one of the richest cities for a while. That is troubling. Wonder where that came from. I wonder who made a lot of money off of that back in the day. Also, Savannah was designed before being settled. Was designed before being settled? How do you do that? That's why it's on a grid with squares. Would you rather? You would get tired so quick, but also you would punch faster and avoid attacks. If I can punch you 10 times without you blocking at all, it doesn't matter what your recovery time is. All you need is one good chin shot, which is fair enough. But interesting. I don't what does it mean it was designed before it was settled? Some guy just went out there and just started digging around. He was like, fucking squares. City's gotta be squares. This city's gonna be huge. It's like, okay. I've looked this up before. But I wanted to know the population of Savannah, Georgia. Oh. It's smaller than I thought. 150,000. The metropolitan area is about 500,000, I guess, but the actual population of the city is 150,000. That's smaller than Regina. Regina, Saskatchewan, by the way. That's where I'm not from Regina, but I'm come very close to Regina. But yes, that is a real place, in case you guys were wondering. That is indeed a real place on the planet of Earth. It's funny because, generally speaking, when we travel to America, or when we used to travel to America, we definitely haven't done that in a minute, but, for obvious reasons, because they start to threaten our sovereignty. But when we used to travel and, after a little bit of conversation, Americans can kind of pick out your accent, especially when you're, in casual conversation and you start just, chatting, and they're like, where are you from? And then people will be like, and then we'll be like, we're from Canada. And then the worst thing ever is when they go, oh, where in Canada? It's like, you don't know where I'm from, bro. I can guarantee you have no clue where I'm from. If I told you where I was from, you would basically say it was Fantasyland. It might as well be Mustafar. You know what I mean? I guarantee, it might as well be, a fucking Naboo. Regina, Saskatchewan sounds fictional, to say the least. And every time you tell them, they're like, no, trust me. I probably know. And they were like, Saskatchewan. And they're like, you got me there. It's like, yeah, because there's the only two places are Toronto and Vancouver and maybe Montreal. Oh, funny. Next one comes from Stressed Human. I'm going to be honest, it's still better than that headphone recorded episode. The weirdest fact I know is congratulations on graduation. Thank you so much. And the weirdest fact I know is that there was a guy that ate an airplane before. And then Niels responds and says, yes, that guy was insane. Besides the Cessna 150 in the period from 1978 to 1980, he also ate 18 bicycles, 15 shopping carts, 7 TV sets, 6 chandeliers, 2 beds, 1 waterbed, 1 pair of skis, 1 computer, 1 coffin. And in the end, he ate his Guinness World Records brass plaque for the strangest diet. That's fucking awesome. He died in 2007 of natural causes. Oh, that's interesting. I want to know when he was born. Naturally caused stomach ulcers. Naturally caused cancer. And then our last comment comes from Niels. Hey, Luke, my favorite individual human, and Niels, of course, my favorite plural human. I hope you are having a magnificent day. Weather sucks here in the Netherlands. A couple of hours ago, it was rain. A couple of hours. You're from the Netherlands? Oh, that's pretty cool. I have a friend who lives in the Netherlands. A couple hours ago, it was raining like crazy, and now it's 28 degrees Celsius. That is for people who know Celsius. Anyways. This week's Would You Rather is a tough cookie, aren't they all? Wouldn't 10 times speed and 10 times regen cancel each other out? 10 times faster punches, you regenerate 10 times faster, nothing really changes. Fair enough. Anyways, I'd still go for 10 times speed and just run as far as I can. I'm not winning the fight, even with the strength. That's funny. I suppose you could use it for whatever you want, I guess. Okay. Let's go to this week's Would You Rather, and let's get into the actual show. This took a while, as normally this is longer. Lots of people commented this week, so thank you guys for commenting so much. Where is it here? Okay. Would you rather have the power to teleport anywhere on Earth instantly, but you always arrive soaking wet? Or be able to fly, but the power only works if you are actively singing at the top of your lungs the entire flight. So if you stop singing, you'll just drop to the ground. Let's just say You won't die. You just stop. And if you arrive soaking wet, you can't bring a change of clothes with you. Everything's wet. Anything you bring with you is wet. If you teleport and you bring a backpack with clothes, everything is wet. There's no way to get out of it. Okay, why don't we hop into this week's episode? So as you guys can see from the episode's title, what is the craziest thing you've seen someone do while traveling? This is where traveling is a really good time to be exposed to the strange behavior of other people in humanity. Because these people that you see at airports, bus stations, like train stations, on the train, like, these are people you will most likely ever see once in your life. And it is just baffling. My brother in Christ, it is 30 degrees outside, which for you Americans is like probably, 90, 95 maybe or something like that, maybe 92, I don't know. It is 30 freaking degrees outside. It's hot as hell. And you got your dogs out, my brother. And those dogs, they're barking, okay? Those dogs are fucking howling, all right? And you got your feet pressed up against the fucking chair behind me? Bro, if you want to see a strange thing happen on the train, how about me throwing a fucking haymaker at the guy behind me who's got his dogs out, freaking toe curling on the top of the edge of my seat? I'm just kidding. I don't condone violence. It's just a joke. I would absolutely never harm anyone physically, okay? That is a joke. We're making jokes on the pod. However, I consider the feet out an aggressive move, okay? If you have your toesies out for everyone, for on display for the whole train or plane or whatever have you to see and to smell, that's you just, you struck first. I don't know what to tell you. Anything that comes after that is a consequence of your own doing, my brethren. Oh my God. And I actually did have that happen. It was literally like last week. Bro, just dogs out. Dogs out. Walked off the train. I'm like, this motherfucker has his feet out. What the hell, dude? I think this guy's brain has been rotted from foot fetishes online, thinking that people want to go and smell your feet and see your feet. Bro, no. Keep those things with double socket, all right? Double socket, double shoe it. Wear double shoes, okay? Keep those motherfuckers as far away from me as possible, okay? Put your feet behind you if you have to. Crawl under the chair and sit there for the rest of the train. Okay, first comment comes from Firm Engineer 2175. A woman had a proper panic attack about flying. Every time somebody uses the word proper in a comment like that, I automatically know they're British or Australian. A woman had a proper panic attack about flying. The cabin crew moved her to the front, 2 seats from me. They couldn't calm her down, so they asked if anyone on the plane could help. A man stood up and said he was a hypnotist. So they sat him next to me, and he tried to put her in a trance. I sat there for an hour next to a man continuously whispering into the ear of a sobbing woman. It was very odd. How'd you guys like my British accent? I think it's pretty good. I didn't even pay attention to what this comment said because I was more focused on the British accent. They couldn't calm her down. So, I literally had to read this again. I was so focused on the accent. Sorry, guys. I sat there for an hour next to a man continuously whispering into the ear of a sobbing woman. So it didn't work? It was just... She was just panicking, but quieter. Her cortisol levels remained just as high. Okay, her mood did not change. Nothing happened, but instead this time she was just rocking back and forth. It's like, if you don't mind freaking out, could you do that somewhere else? Do you mind just turning the volume button down on your anxiety attack you're having here? I know, oh my goodness, my parents died in a plane crash. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is my first flight I've ever taken since their deaths. I can't do this anymore. Okay, relax. All right, we all have shit going on. Okay, I scuffed my brand new sneakers. You think I wanted to do that today? freaking piling up people onto this plane. You think I wanted to be stacked in here like sardines and someone just scuff my brand new Jordans? I literally just bought these J's, okay? I waited in a raffle for these motherfuckers. And you are out here, acting like it's the end of the world. Okay, chill out. Okay, well, there's bigger problems going on. These are nubuck. Okay, you can't get out those scratches from nubuck. They're not leather shoes. Damn it. You don't know what it's like to feel real pain. That's $500. That's $500 I just dropped right there, and it's gone. The resale value's plummeted now. I used to kind of still do collect sneakers, so that one was, that one hit the heart. But damn, dude, this guy's it's just creepy. You know what I mean? Like, this is just creepy. Like, if there's, you deserve the worst things. If they say on the plane thing, like, excuse me, we currently are dealing with an emergency and are wondering if there are any medical staff or doctors on board. Please see one of the flight attendants and press the button. It's like, and this motherfucker, it's like, oh my goodness, sir, are you a nurse, a doctor, a practitioner, any kind? Like, can you do something? I'm even better. Does anyone have a long chain with a cross on it? Like, wait, what? Does anyone have some sage and a metal bowl that I can make ringing sounds with? Yeah, that's right, babe. I'm a hypnotist. She won't even ever remember she has anxiety. I can make her forget everything. Trauma? Gone. I'll make her forget it. Her name? Gone. It's like, yeah, sir, I don't really think that's what we're looking for. We're looking for medical professionals, not, like sideshow actors type of people like that. We're not looking for scammers. It's like, this guy's plan is literally just to steal this woman's jewelry. What a douchebag. He's literally a hypnotist, but gets her to fall asleep and just takes her jewelry. Just fucking absolutely runs her clean, bro. That would be... It's like, yeah, I couldn't figure it out. She's just passed the fuck out. Earrings gone, necklace gone, wedding ring gone. Well, okay, I guess I'll see you guys later. Oh, man. I'm just trying to read through some of these comments here. All right, let's move to the next one. Next one comes from Lulu42. Some kid was kicking my wife's seat. She turned around and politely asked him to stop. The kid's father was sitting next to him. Out of some motivation I do not understand, encouraged him aloud to keep kicking her seat. Seriously unhinged. What? I called a flight attendant and asked if we could move seats. Luckily, there was space. That is an Uno reverse if I've ever heard one, in like the worst way. Like that's like you're on the receiving end of an Uno reverse right there. Like, what is this dad's problem? Is he trying to raise Darth Vader? Like, you're trying to make your kid grow up and like hate you, which is super. It's funny that's like this is this dad's mentality to just be an absolute menace. Because okay, sure, well, this kid is a child, and for the time being as a child is going to like, think it's funny and think that it's like fine to do this kind of crazy stupid stuff. But by the time your kid becomes a teenager, who do you think he's going to be torturing? It's going to be you, brother. Especially by like preteen age. Like, bro, you're cooked. You're literally cooking yourself. Okay? You're going to be sitting on thumbtacks. Like, you are going to be eating glue. Like, bro, you are absolutely cooked. You have no chance with a kid like that. It's going to come to bite you so hard Dude, this kid is going to grow up and take everything you have. All right, this kid is going to manipulate somehow into getting everything you own, the insurance money, every asset you have. It's gone, dude. Like this kid there's no hope. There's absolutely no hope. This should be titled Star Wars: A No Hope. literally raising Emperor Palpatine here. Like we're not even talking about Darth Vader, because Darth Vader had redemption. This isn't even possible for this kid. It's not even a chance. You're not even giving him a chance at redemption. This is just full on, yellow eyes sunken in his head, just wrinkled and decrepit levels of evil that we're raising here. That is wild. Let's see. Next one. Next one comes from Zealous Ideal _Fox 8864. I was on a flight from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, and we hit. Isn't that such a fun word to say? I've been to Fort Lauderdale. It's just Lauderdale. Like something about it just flows off the tongue in just such a perfect, succinct and just juicy way. You know what I mean? We're going to Fort Lauderdale. The consonants there are just perfectly matched with the vowels. It is an absolute joyous occasion to say that word. I was on a flight from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, and we hit a terrible turbulence, like the worst I've ever been through, and I have flown a lot. Someone had a pet cat sitting behind me that started screaming and wouldn't stop. I don't know. I'm just the way that you phrase that. A cat was screaming. Ah! Ah! Like the cat was screaming like a person. Holy fuck! Ah! Someone get me off this plane! It reminds me of those like AI videos where the cats or dogs are like talking like Cubans, and like they have real hands. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Maybe I'm just on a cooked ass corner of the internet. Oh, I recently discovered because I just like a lot of really unhinged stuff on Instagram. And Joe, if you're listening to this is not personal, okay? I actually appreciate you for pointing this out. Okay? That I thought I could turn off the feature that shows people what I'm liking. And I thought I did, so I've been liking more unhinged shit because I like crazy stuff on Instagram because I think it's hilarious. And turns out everyone's seeing it. And people are seeing my absolute unhinged algorithm. And I am so deeply embarrassed. Oh. Oh, bro. It's like you thought the door was closed and you're just puking everywhere and everyone can hear you retching. Like, oh, I thought I was good, bro. Oh, no. So everyone has been seeing this. I don't know how I got on this sidetrack. Anyways, just a little bit of a rant for you guys. And then this young guy in front of me started violently throwing up into a barf bag. Well, there you go, full circle. Which made another woman start to puke too. Oh, that is just a domino effect right there. The nuke of frickin' throwing up, okay? That is so disgusting. At that point, I learned I was seated in a circle of a Black Baptist choir. That is an interesting group of people. You're with a bunch of pukers in a Black Baptist choir. I hope they started singing. And I was all of a sudden in a prayer huddle with these complete strangers holding hands while someone was hanging on to the shoulders of the puking guy and the cat was screaming. This is such chaos. Screaming cats, church members praying, puking dominoes. Had to have another prayer when we landed too, but I just really wanted to drink. I wish the choir would have started singing, bro. I don't want to hear a prayer. I'm not a prayer type of guy, okay? Like, if prayers, no offense to anybody who's praying and religious and stuff, but I think there's this pretty strong track record that prayers don't really do shit. No offense, okay? But the efficacy, I think, is pretty low on the prayers. Again, no offense. Oh my God. I would have just loved this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Like, can we not get some, like, well, I looked over Jordan and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. I saw a band of angels coming after me. Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Like, can we not let's get some vibe, let's get some soul, maybe the chariot is coming to take us away and we can just just settle into the vibe. That's actually kind of depressing. A depressing song to sing. It's like, everyone's dead. My apologies. Oh, man. I got the energy today out of Monday, okay? This is like one of the first times I've recorded this podcast in the last, 2 months where I haven't been absolutely pushed to my limits of exhaustion, guys. Like, genuinely. And it's still 8:45 p.m. when I'm recording this, so as soon as this is done, I'm about to knock out. Next one comes from Round Explanation 63. Whilst in India, I asked a local chemist if he could give me something that might make my 10-hour flight home more enjoyable. I said I would like to be completely out of it for the duration. What I really meant is I'd like to be asleep. However, my choice of words were perhaps poor and badly translated. He gave me a small tablet to take 1 hour before the flight, which I did. For the next 16 hours, I had the most intense hallucinogenic trip I have ever encountered in my life. That is like the worst place to be having a psychedelic experience. It's like being at a freaking top of a volcano or something. It's like, okay, this is scary. Okay, this is like being scuba diving and just all of a sudden start tripping balls. Okay, this is like the worst possible place I could imagine myself. Like, on a confined airplane space with strangers everywhere. And not only that, it's a flight to India, so or flight from India. So this plane is probably massive. Okay, this is probably a huge plane. So it's not like, okay, you're on like a smaller plane, there's not that many people, you don't have to be that worried. No, this is like a double-decker. You have nowhere to go. There is only strangers on this flight. You're going to end up like Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street and just wake up absolutely fixed to your chair. Like, you are going to be, you are convinced that plane is going into space. Like, you are convinced that plane is everyone was lying to you, and this is actually the what is it called? SpaceX trip to Mars. This is, you genuinely believe that this is the mission to retrieve Voyager 1. There's been a malfunction, and we need to go and get Voyager 1. All right, listen. There's been a terrible, grave mistake and mishappening. We need you personally to go out and repair the Hubble Space Telescope. What is the new, the James Webb? That's the new one. The James Webb Telescope. We'll be sending you out alone and you will have limited communications with Houston. The fate of humanity depends on you. Oh, I could not imagine, bro. This is like, oh, if you ever wanted a fast track to meet the 10th dimensional beings that you know, the post-apocalyptic, post-resurrected death beings, you know, on another plane of existence, you just found your ticket, my brother, because that is that is a one-way ticket there to to meet the entities. That is horrifying, brother. That is absolutely awful. I feel like there's almost no substance like that I would ever want to take on a plane. Like, I know some people who they'll take like edibles on a plane because in Canada, weed is legal federally. You can travel province by province across the whole country. It doesn't matter. I think you're limited on the plane with how much you can take, but I don't think they're checking unless you bring a pound of weed onto the plane. I really don't think they actually care that much. But I know some people who like to take edibles on the plane, but I'm like, dude, that would make me so scared. My heart would be beating at 200 BPM. I would be like freaking out. It would not relax me at all. I would feel the opposite of relaxed. I would feel extremely paranoid. Like, that is in no way, shape, or form am I feeling like I'm enjoying myself or feeling like I'm relaxed. You know, that's quite to the contrary. Next one comes from Revjor. I used to fly as a solo child often and talked a lot as a kid. One time an old man who I'd been talking at for some time during the flight gently put his hand on my forearm and calmly said to me, "If you don't stop talking right now, I'm going to take you into that bathroom over there and beat the shit out of you." I did the mouth zip lock and throw away the key move, and that was that. Genuinely, it's one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me. Whoever that now probably dead old man in the 90s is my kind of hero at this point in my life. This is some shit that you could only get away with in the 90s and prior, okay? This is not... If someone did this today, bro, you are getting foot on the face level arrested on the airplane. That kid is like posting it to social media. That kid is recording his interaction. Like, as soon as you said, "I'm going to take you into that bathroom," you're cooked. You're cooked. Nowadays, it's like, yes, this old man was threatening to assault me in the bathroom. And I'm a child. So, that guy's never seeing the light of day ever again. If that happened nowadays, bro, they might even just toss you out of the airlock, bro. They literally might even just straight up just be like there's gonna be the marshal coming up to you. Fuck, man, you might get popped right there. Bro, that is an insane thing to say to a child. This guy is like a freaking sleeper cell or something. This is like a CIA agent level comment. Like, this is just absolute psycho comment here. Like, come on, bro. You didn't have to threaten the child. You could just be like, "Hey, buddy, I really don't want to talk right now, and I would really appreciate it if I could just be alone and be left alone for the rest of the flight." That's like the normal thing to say. This guy just went to 100. This guy just skipped all the steps in between and went, "I'll literally kill you." To a child. I'm not even surprised, bro. I'm this guy seems like he would do it. I believe him, bro. Tobar the Gypsy replies and says, "I know it's kid logic, but it's funny to think that how he would actually do that. Like, you'd have to willingly go to the bathroom and let him beat you up in a comically small room and no one would say anything." That's so true, too. Like, he would just be like, "Okay, get up. We're going to the bathroom." And you're just going to willingly do it? Like, you're just going to get up and go? I feel like low-key, a lot of kids probably would just be so intimidated that they would just be like, okay, guess I'm getting my ass handed to me in this bathroom. Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be a tough one, tough pill to swallow. But I asked him his favorite color. That's what I deserve. I stepped over the line. I'm sorry for that. Next one comes from Home Alone. Opened a crate of chickens that were in the aisle. Remote Nepal back in the 1980s. No idea if they got all the chickens back. Bro, why are you opening your box of chickens? A crate of chicken. Why are you opening your box of chickens on the plane? Like, what do you think, the chickens are just going to be super chill? Like, yeah, the chickens just need to get a chance to get out and stretch. These chickens have been cooped up, pun intended, for a long time. And they just need to stretch their legs, you know, get their wings flying around. You know, maybe take a couple little short flights in the plane, you know. Just let loose a little bit, just relax. You know, that's kind of what these chickens really need. It's like, okay, but they're chickens. You don't think they're just gonna fucking not want to do that and just not want to get back into the crate? Like, that seems like a pretty bold move. That seems like a pretty bold assumption on your part that the chickens are just gonna be like, all right, had my stretch. Where do I get back in? Where do I get back in, bro? Where do I hop back in? Just get me right crammed back in there with those other 15 chickens. Just come on. We've had our fun. Yeah, we've had our stretch. We're good. Put us back in. It's like, I don't really think that's how it works. Next one comes from Tough Plantain 2627. Once watched a guy try to open the emergency exit because he thought it was a bathroom. The flight attendants were not amused. Yeah, so that one actually leads outside of the plane. Because if you just look out of the window that's attached to the giant red door that says emergency exit, it actually leads outside to bare sky, bare air. Yeah, that's not just a picture. This isn't, you're not in a flight simulator. This isn't just a giant screen around you. That's you are really that high. You are literally 35,000 feet up in the air. And there is no hallway that takes you to a bathroom through this door. No. You actually want to go the opposite way that leads inside of the plane. You know, where the normal people go to the bathroom. This guy must have been freaking out or something, because there's no way this guy genuinely thought that there was a bathroom. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna piss out the door. It's like, you know, it's like in a car, you know, road trip with the boys. You know, no one's making that stop. You just stopped, and you're that guy who says, I have to go take a pee, and you're going out the window, brother. You're going out the window. I don't give a fuck. Same thing on the airplane, though. Let's just roll down the windows. You know, I'll stick my Johnson outside the window and let it go. Let it roll. No need to stop the plane, brother. No need to stop the plane. No need to ground the plane. It's like, we weren't going to ground the plane. There's literally a bathroom inside of the plane. Oh my God, that's crazy. Here. Letty says he was wearing a Burger King crown. This guy knows ball. Shout out to this guy. Definitely knows ball. Wax and Wayne says, on a flight from LAX to Sydney, a man next to me watched the Nicolas Cage film Bangkok Dangerous 3 times in a row. This was not a case of the film restarting on a screen. After finishing it automatically, it was on a laptop, and he had to restart it each time. If anyone knows what a DVD player is, this guy was using the DVD player. I avoided speaking to this clearly deranged man for the entirety of a 14-hour flight. Come on, bro. The same movie back-to-back times? Are you looking for plot holes or something? Like, did you miss the plot? Like, do you really need to go back and that quick? It's like, yo, I actually don't think I really saw what was happening in, scene 12 and frame 47. I think I missed a little Easter egg there. Damn, bro. Like, this guy's watching the regular version, the director's commentary, and then he's going to go watch it in Spanish. This is crazy, bro. You just saw the movie. You know what happens. It's going to be crazy if he was, like, reacting the whole time, too. Like, oh, it's like, bro, you just saw this. You just reacted to this. You know what's going to happen, bro. The plot is there. All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up there for today's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in again to the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/AskReddit. I'm your host, Luke Dick. Remember, if you're listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, leave us a rating. Also, leave us a review. Helps out the show so immensely much. If you go ahead and do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Leave a comment, and I hope to see you next week. Peace out. Love you. Goodbye.